Welcome to Danu on Fire right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. We are taking a bit of a cooler dip because it's a warm day outside here at ISO in Bathramulla. And with me, I have the one who founded Sozo, one of those drinks that you might have gulped down because the heat was so bad. And I have the man himself, Dush. Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for being here. So it's quite an interesting product that you brought to the market, and I think that was the highlight to it. There are some brands that are very close to our hearts, like Snack, that is very Sri Lankan. We have like grown up looking at it. Then we have these, these kind of beverages like Daily Milk and all. We grew up having them, and there came Sozo and filled a market that was fresh, it was real, it was also something that the expiry was not for years and years. It was fresh, like it was like your mom will make it at home.
Sure.
So what made you start Sozo?
Yeah, no, I mean, as you said, those are the legacy brands, right? So those are the pointers we sort of grew up with, from our childhood. This is what we had. But the whole thing for me then was basically how do we reimagine what a good for you product is, right? It's probably not done because it costs more. And do you know that it actually costs more to do good? It costs more to be good. Because it's much cheaper to do.
I understood, because when they say eat organic food,
it costs you a lot
yes.
more. Exactly. Try going on a keto diet. It's not cheap. So the whole thing was, how do we create something that is affordable? Will Sri Lanka pay for this? Because it's that much more expensive. Give a shelf life that is more than just a week, and create something that is truly, truly delicious and good for you. We didn't know jack about beverages, right? And I would literally go up to a product overseas or whatever and be stare at him, be tell me, what did they do to you to be good and last this long and so on. So it was just a pursuit, man. We were dreamers, just crazy dreamers saying, let's do something wild and wicked. And we didn't check, are we going to be successful? What's the market share? All those, those statutory things you discussed before starting a business. You just jumped in. And Sozo was born in 24 hours. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. But you were a tea boy. You were into tea business at one time.
Yeah. That was cool. That was a very colorful part of my entrepreneurial journey, where we were actually master blenders to Prince Charles when he visited Sri Lanka in 2014 for the Chogam. I created his 60th birthday blend, so that was really cool. I was featured all over the world on various magazines. We were truly...
Did he like the tea?
Yeah, in fact, he was like, why don't you supply the household? I said, sir, that would be an awesome honor.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's not that easy to do that, but I'll be in touch. But I never got down to writing to him.
Well,
I should have.
Yeah. Did he give you his phone number or something?
I think he did, yeah. But
what?
I'm joking.
You could have been the new Camilla.
Okay.
Anything for the throne, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
See what she did? Anyway, sorry, coming back.
So I did start with tea. And then I think that was the foundation that sort of got me to say, even that business was founded to rethink what tea could be.
Right.
And there's even an article today on CNN which says that I'm the future of the tea industry. Unfortunately, I'm taking a little bit of a break from that. But
But tea is such a competitive market, and tea has been brought into so many things. They have done tea infused so many things. Yeah. They have done tea blends that have been so unique.
Exactly.
But it's very hard to be out there and always be consistent with something that is constantly changing.
Exactly.
So it's good that you took off a different path. But the tea in you, has it stopped? No,
I think I'm still secretly so passionate about the industry. I will come back with it.
Okay.
But I think Sozo is an extension, because our first products were iced teas, exactly. And the whole premise there was, it's so hard to make a bloody cup of iced tea, right? You have to brew it for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, put ice, you always get it wrong. So we simplified that and gave it in a bottle. Consistent, any time of the year that you buy it, it's the same.
Right.
So that was the premise of starting up Sozo, and then it evolved into what it is today.
Do you think we Sri Lankans appreciate tea as much as the foreigners appreciate our tea?
Classic question. It's a situation that is really, really bad at the moment, because tourists who come to Sri Lanka actually drink more coffee than they drink tea.
Correct.
I know this firsthand because I supply hotels and resorts. But I think it's changing though, and I think the more we do things, but I think it can't be, it's kind of boring as it is, right? Who would want to drink more tea the way it is right now? I feel to be honest, I feel bored talking to you about it, because I think it needs to be jazzed up a little bit. But
sexifying tea a little bit.
Yeah, and interesting. Yeah, but it isn't what it is. So yeah, in time to come, we will jazz it up for sure.
Brilliant. So, just to let you know, we are big sweaters. So if you do see us suffering through this,
Yeah.
it's because it's really warm. Sri Lanka is just the sun god hates us. It's
That's
quite
some-
obvious.
some-
Or he has really come closer to us and he's like, oh my god, let me give you all a warm hug. Nah! It's one of those. All right, I'm going to let you eat.
Sure.
Even talking about local brands, Isso is a local brand.
Yeah.
Apinash and his team has done such a fabulous brand in creating such a. They made prawns look so sexy.
I think they do, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to let you dig in. We're going to get into a break. We'll see you on the other side because there's something so cool coming up. It has something to do with gin. It also has something to do with jazz. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of put it out. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to the show. It's Danu on Fire. We're checking out Isso and I have Dush with me. Now I told you we have a fun segment that we want to speak about, something exciting that's going to happen in Colombo. Considering the fact that we are always longing for something new, something interesting and something that's fun. Well, he and a team of people came up with something. Listen, we need to sort of incorporate good things to all be under one roof. And what is it called?
The Jazz and Tonic Festival.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be gin and jazz, right?
It was, but we
It's a
can't
huge
say it.
problem. We can never take it back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
now it's
everyone says gin and jazz.
now it's just jazz and tonic.
Yeah.
So tell me about this. So you love music,
Yeah.
and there's no better way to bring people together than music.
Yeah.
So you're going to have all local artists performing,
First edition. So this is planned to be a series of events,
right?
starting off in Sri Lanka and then being sort of a franchise, actually that goes to some parts of the world. Yeah, so for the start, yes, local brands.
Am I
local
traveling
artists.
with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely you are, for sure.
Continue.
So conceptually, what we wanted to do was set the benchmark. Because if you go for a music festival, you're just staring at, sure, you'll have a good time, but the main focus is on the artist. You don't really have an atmosphere to spend time, do fun things. It's just one way.
You watch,
And it's over and you get out of the place,
Yeah.
right? The concept here is completely different. In fact, we won't drop the artist names just until the very last minute because it's not about the artist, it's about the outcome, it's about the good times, right? So starts at 2, goes on till 11, full on festival atmosphere, private experiences, pop-ups by some of Sri Lanka's loved brands, bars. We've got international brands putting up proper sort of bar setups, people drawing, artists, all sorts of fun things. So it's just total, I won't say carnival, but we're trying to recreate what that festival atmosphere looks like.
Right. Well, there's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're not a big fan of what's going to happen on stage, you have so many things happening around you.
Exactly.
And that's the best part.
Yeah.
And also, I personally feel we have so much of talent in our country. We have artists, we have singers, we have amazing creative personalities. Always stuck with such limited places to show it.
Absolutely.
And also, bargaining a price for them is always so hard. Tell me about getting these people involved, like you're opening avenues for them.
Yeah.
And how has it been headhunting for these people?
That's awesome. One of the things that actually drove us to do this is, as a brand, where Sozo was concerned, we don't have a platform to go and engage with customers, right? Where do you do that? Where do you create new audiences? They were like, okay, if there's nothing that exists, let's create our own. And then we sort of got onto this. So right now we've got sort of our hooks into various segments. One is the lifestyle segment. So, that's been really fun because lifestyle brands literally can't afford high rents today, right? This is a curated segment of people who are coming to spend, not just, come and sort of not spend and window shop. So that's really great. We've got some really cool brands coming on board. Then we've got something called the Bistro Market, which is actually a very cool sort of alley of various F&B outlets. Again, much loved brands. Most of them actually out of COVID. which was sort of springing up around the country. But so it's been really interesting, and also for the musicians, we've actually done a call out now. And if you're a young aspiring musician, we will bring you into the studio, we will audition you, we will sort of get you up and going, and actually put you out there to do a performance set on the day along with the pros.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, man, because there's like purpose behind what we're doing, right? We're trying to really just change everything within the sphere.
You know, they will always say, in this economy, why at this time, why come up with something like this? You know, it's a huge responsibility. It's not about planning something.
Sure.
Let me just ask you, why? Why, Dush? Why?
Yeah, look, I mean, look, you need a huge, like, you need a stomach for this, you know, because, you know, people don't have the money to spend for sponsorships.
We have.
You know what I mean? Like,
We have a stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Now I know for what. Right? No, but it's true. So you're right. I mean, why now? But then the thing is, why not? And when are we going to sort of get this whole thing off the ground, right? We envision this to be even a tourism event down the line, you know. So the thing was to kickstart our entire sort of entertainment industry. There are things popping up. We can see various performances coming up, but we felt like we need to do something different and sort of really like change the game, really.
And I think it's amazing that we are giving our people a chance to shine, and also hopefully this will interest more foreigners to maybe come down and be a part of something. You know how we will fly to another country to be a part of Tomorrowland or big festival happening, or even
that's the goal.
Concert.
The goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
So this is just the first step, and this is one of the reasons I really wanted to talk to him about this. Well, if you have not enjoyed a good sozo, you're missing out, because you know I told him I love his narang juice, and he said that's the hardest to make. I'm like, what? Narang is the one that we can like rob off our neighbor and squeeze it into a glass. To see, those are the ones that take the longest time apparently. I need to come to know more details about it. But anyway, real bloody Kanu case, he has not given me still. But what did I ask you for? Tonics, no? No.
And the new sparkling sodas.
Say tonic. But anyway, I will tell you, talking about ISO, I even love the idea. I've got like a kottu, and he has got like the whole rice and curry thing. We're going to dig in. We'll see you on the other side. You stick around. This is Danu on Fire. It's dessert time. Welcome back to the show. It's our final segment, Danu on Fire it is, and we're speaking to Dush. Now, how were you when you were in school?
How was I? I think I was a rebel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Still am to a great extent, yeah.
Like, do you have like a quick temper? No.
No, I'm not impulsive, but I guess there is that.
There is a little side
that
there.
point, yeah.
Okay. How soon can it come about?
It usually there's a very high tolerance.
Oh, really good, because you know, dealing with me can be quite painful. That's why.
Yeah, I guess I'm about to find out.
Yeah, I will test your patience. But when you were growing up, did you ever think that you will become an entrepreneur of your own?
Yeah, I think I was a bit restless from about 15. You know, I was like, okay, school.
Restless is the word.
Yeah, like, you know, school, fine, studies. No, I can do things, you know. So I think I had that in me. And I have that restlessness still, Mata. You know, that's what sort of makes you...
Pushes you more.
Yeah, I want to keep on going. So, yeah. But absolutely. I knew that I knew I was sort of, you know, called to do something interesting. I knew that from the start. I'd be lying if I say no.
Right.
But and it's been interesting ever since. Yeah.
You also have a huge element of faith in you. And was it something that has been around with you from the time you were young, or is it something that you developed as you went, or life taught you that?
I think it's all three, which is so interesting. You almost sort of like segmented my life story in a sense up to today. But absolutely. From the beginning, I was hungry, I was searching in all aspects. I would ask any religious leader that I could find about various questions, and they told me my questions are too much for the human mind to understand. So that restlessness was there even in that forte. But then life experiences taught me faith, taught me belief, trust, and waiting. So yeah, it's been great. Yeah. But it's been an evolving journey. Yeah.
Right. Because, you know, I think an element of faith in anything and believing in something above creates keeps us grounded, gives us a reason to focus. And do you feel that your life sort of changed for the better? Have you been able to be a voice and an instrument to others in the process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that happens is you stop focusing on yourself and your journey becomes about others, and that is the turning point. And that's incredible because you start creating opportunities, you do things with a purpose. There's always a thing, why do something? Start with why. And we really ask that question now in anything we do. So the focus goes off you. That's the change, man.
That's amazing. How is married life?
Beautiful, yeah. 13 years.
Whoa, you've been married for 13
years we've been together.
Oh.
Yeah, going on 6. Married. Yeah.
You have hidden your age quite well.
Have I?
Yeah, 13 years going out. That's a record itself. Because 13 years is you should have broken up at least 5 times by now.
No, never once. Never once.
So that means you're
I
tolerant.
didn't even ask her out. I met her, I knew. She met me, she knew. That was it.
So you all
I didn't
never
even ask her
spoke
to
about...
marry me. No. On the day before our wedding, I had to do the sort of thing,
Like
I
just to
do
like
that.
fake
No.
it to make it kind of a
Just for
photograph
fun.
situation.
It was just
yeah.
our little fun thing.
Yeah.
I asked her to marry me the day before our wedding. So we knew.
What if she had said no that day?
It didn't occur to me then, but yeah.
But that's so cool. But looking at a lot of youngsters who want to leave Sri Lanka for obvious reasons, they feel like they might be stagnant. But sometimes I always feel grass is never green on the other side. What would you tell them?
Oh, touchy topic, man.
I can be a touchy person.
You can't do that, okay? As I'm getting ready to say the next thing, you can't drop a bomb on that. No, honestly, I think it's a very sensitive topic. Some would say you're being, unpatriotic if you say leave. Some will say you're wasting your time if you're staying. So my stance is, I think we have an opportunity. I'm thinking, it's an opportunity to be a global citizen. Because you're right. The grass is never green on the other side. But you can start creating little sort of hubs for yourself, and I think that's the future anyway. It's a borderless economy. That's that's the mandate for a lot of people. So,
but keeping your
keep your roots here, spread your wings overseas, create streams of revenue, create opportunities, and then you sort of become a global citizen. I think that's like a hybrid between the two, because you leave everything, you go there, start from scratch. Might be a little tough one that the people don't anticipate, but it could work, and it has. But I'm thinking a little bit of a hybrid.
Are you a good boss to work for?
I don't have the right to answer that question.
But do you feel if you were someone who needs to employ you, do you think you will like working for you?
Well, I'm certainly always pushing boundaries, always pushing the the standard. So I think that creates a bit of excitement, and I guess I would be an interesting sort of how do you say, person to sort of work with on things, because I don't take no for an answer, things like that. But I'm sure I've got weaknesses to work on. But yeah.
Just wanted to ask a question because one of your
I know.
Your one staff member who is, I think she used to look younger when she started. He's around. I just had to ask for that. All right. So if you're wondering who is this man, he's the one who is one of the founding members of the brand Sozo. And it's amazing. I love to see local brands doing so well. And when you see them, you're like, oh my God, I know this person. Let's have a drink. You know that, you know where it's coming from. So it always gives you like a moment of pride. On that note, we need to wrap things up because we have dessert in front of us. You need to respect this art and you need to eat it. It's also really hot. We need to wrap things up on the show. Thank you so very much for coming. I wish you all the very best for Jazz and Tonic.
Yes.
And follow us for more details on this. You have yourself a fabulous day. It's a wrap on the show. Take care.